Whole series of women's first in records as well. You know what I mean? And but the key ones, yeah, you're the first solo woman around the world in the yacht race for a fully crewed or solo.
Hello, Kirsten.
Hello.
Thank you for answering to my interview, because so many people ask you so many questions since you are here in Les Sables d'Olonne.
I do it with pleasure for you, Aida.
It's a bit windy, so I hope our followers will try to understand what we are speaking about in that windy day. We are on your boat. I will not ask you question about your race anymore. Maybe only one about how is Les Sables d'Olonne since you're back.
It's good. I've been enjoying it, enjoying walking, enjoying the scenery, enjoying all the friendly people who've been congratulating me, good food, nice restaurants. It's been pretty good.
Did you saw this last picture in town? It's only since yesterday, I think. You, Robin Knock-Johnson and Jean-Luc Van Den Ede. Did you saw this one?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
You look like a lion.
Oh, really?
It's a great one.
Okay.
So, it's more question about you, to try to know a little bit more about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
The principal aspect of your personality. What do you think is the principal aspect of your personality?
I'll have to think about that for 2 seconds. The principal aspect of my personality. They're going to be difficult and interesting questions, I can tell.
You don't necessarily need to tell the truth.
Yeah.
It's a French writer who wrote that question.
I don't know if this is actually a personality trait, but I'm curious in an adventurous kind of way. I think that is definitely an aspect of my personality. So, yeah.
The qualities you value in a man.
The qualities I value in a man: humility, honesty, and I think those would generosity. Yeah.
And in a woman?
I think it's pretty much same, man or woman. If they have those are 3 good qualities already to have from the outset. Compassion.
And this is also what you most appreciate in your friends.
Yes, I do, and it's qualities I try to remind myself of, to also try and nurture within myself.
Your main fault.
My main fault. Oh, I've got many. I don't know which is going to be the main one. You have to think of that one a little bit. My main fault.
You are too kind. I know your main fault. You are too kind. You answer to everyone. You spent so many hours. It was impressive, because I'm here in Les Sables d'Olonne since 20 years. I saw all kind of races, all kind of winners, and you just impressed me, because you are here living on your boat, sitting here speaking with everyone so kindly. You must be exhausted.
Well, I do have one fault where I can be quite harsh on other people, and that is that I tend to be quite a perfectionist, and I expect everyone to work according to those standards, and that's not always fair on other people, because you can't impose that on other people. So that would be a definite fault of mine.
Your favorite occupation in the boat, when you are doing the race, for example, in your routine?
I quite liked working on the foredeck, getting a spinnaker up or something like that, trimming sails, and seeing the boat starting to move faster. But in really nice conditions, it could also be quite a lot of fun to be on the helm and steer the boat. So, yeah.
What is your idea of happiness?
I think my idea of happiness is fulfillment. If you're doing something in life that's challenging you, so it's keeping your mind active, it's keeping your body active, and you feel like you're living true to some of your potentials. I think that is something that makes me happy.
And what would be your biggest misfortune, greatest misfortune?
That's hard to say, but I think I'm quite a physical person. I like hiking and surfing and sailing and being out in nature. So if I became physically incapacitated, that would probably make life very sad for me. Yeah.
If not yourself, who would you like to be?
If not myself. I'm actually happy to be me. I've been very privileged in this life, so I wouldn't trade it for anyone else's life. I think I'd just stick to being myself.
Where would you like to live now that you are a sailing hero? First 2 months to circumnavigate. Do you have a special place, sailing place?
It's not necessarily a sailing place because it's a very rough coastline, but a place that has been paradise in my heart for as long as I can remember, and ever since I first saw it has been the Wild Coast on the South African coast, and it's still one of my favourite places in the world, and I'd be quite happy to live there all the time. So yeah.
Only few more questions, then this done. Your favourite heroes in sailing?
Certainly Bernard Moitessier, he's one of the top. Jérôme Poncet, he's also one of the top, and I had the privilege to meet him. Sir Robin Knox Johnston, without a doubt. And then some of the female sailors as well, like Ellen MacArthur, Catherine Chabot, Dominique Artaud, Isabelle Autissier. Those are, my top sailing heroes for sure.
Titouan Lamazou, who won the first Vendée Globe, told me he never met you. You remember him, a very, very famous sailor, and I'm wondering if it's not Isabelle Autissier. I think it was her. Anyway, I need to check. I don't ask you your favorite book in the boat because you told us it was Bernard Moitessier, La Longue Route in French. Mm-hmm. And the favorite song, did you have cassettes on board?
I did actually have cassettes, and it's quite interesting because Lenny Gallant in Prince Edward Island, he gave me some cassettes of his albums from back in the 80s because he had cassettes and I was gathering cassettes, and I listened to his cassettes quite a lot because they reminded me of Prince Edward Island, and some of them were really nautical themed songs, and it was just fun listening to those out at sea. So of my favorite cassettes that I took with for this trip, it was the Lenny Gallant's albums. Yeah.
5 more. Your favorite heroes in the real life?
My favorite heroes in the real life, my all-time favorite hero is Nelson Mandela. I guess, are you meaning when you say real life people that are still alive, or just...
I meant not sailing.
Sailing, okay. Yeah. So yes, Nelson Mandela is definitely my all-time favorite hero. Gandhi, an amazing human being. Who else do I have as heroes in my books? I don't think about it that often, so the question,
yeah. But only one answer was good,
All right.
Is that the character I need, because you said Nelson Mandela, the character in history you most dislike?
Hitler. Yes.
Your favorite food and drink in the boat?
My favorite food and drink in the boat. Well, I had all that delicious food that Jean-Louis Leclerc gave me, and I can't say that any one of those jars was better than the others, but I loved eating his food, and he gave me jars that had melon in it with a little mint leaf. That was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. And then my favorite drink, I guess I quite enjoyed a little sip of red wine every now and again. But really drink for rehydrating. I quite enjoyed sparkling water, and I had ginger crystals that you could dissolve in water, so it tasted like ginger beer, and that was really nice. Yeah.
The natural talent you'd like to be gifted with?
I wish I was. I'm happy with what I can do, but I wish I was I wish I was really like musical, that I could pick up a guitar and play like a virtuoso or something. That would be a nice talent to have, I think. Yeah.
How you wish to die?
How I wish to die. Quickly. I'd rather, still be healthy and happy and doing things and go quickly than just slowly deteriorate and become slow and lose my physical and mental capacities. But exactly how, I don't know. Maybe if it was something in the water, because I feel comfortable in the water, I'd probably be more happy dying in the water than, for example, falling off a mountain or getting burnt in a fire or something like that. So yeah, but it's a...
I will not ask you what's next, because you told us for the moment you just want to enjoy time for you. What is the fault have you most toleration for? I don't know if it's English.
The fault I can most tolerate in other humans?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question as well. What is...
It's just to know if we are good enough for you. No, it's off. Our defaults are... I'm joking.
The fault I can most tolerate. I guess if people have insecurities and they're willing to admit it, I can really, really tolerate it, because then I have a lot of understanding, because we all have our faults and insecurities. I guess it's more when they try and hide it and then it becomes more of a problem. So, people's weaknesses and insecurities, I can certainly tolerate. One particular fault, though, I don't know what that would be.
It's enough for me.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Kirsten.
Okay, you're welcome.
Far wins in your life.
Thank you.
Because I don't know how, but I'm sure, I hope in a positive way, this race and be the winner will change your life, even if you want it or not. So
thank
far
you.
wins.
Thank you. I'm sure it will, and it probably already has. But thank you very much.